If you're looking for ways to maximize the storage space in the back of your 2007 or newer JK or JL 4-door Wrangler, this Body Armor 4x4 interior storage rack in texture black will be a great way to do it. Now this will be perfect for the Jeep owner who is taking any overlanding, camping, or any off-road trips that needs an intuitive way to fit all of the items or all of their cargo in the back of their Wrangler and wants a solid support system to tie them down to. This system will even be great for the everyday driver who just wants to keep their things organized in the back during their day-to-day life, especially if you've got sports events and kids, coolers, and all of their equipment, and you want an organized way to do it. Now, I would like to note that this will fit the hard top and soft top, but is not going to work with the Sky One Touch models without modification. So I would just keep that in mind while you're looking at this rack. This will feature a 40.5 by 19.25 cargo area with roughly 22 inches below it. Now, not only is this going to offer some great storage space above and below the rack, but it's going to be strong with the ability to hold up to 150 pounds, which will be great for tools or any smaller but heavier items that you want to separate from the rest of your larger cargo. Now, the rack will also be a tray or basket style, as you can see here, with higher edges on the sides, and will come with elongated mounting points all over. So that's going to make sure that you have a tie-down point at every angle, no matter what you're carrying. Now this is going to be made of a tough steel material for solid support, and it's going to have a nice textured black powder coat finish on top to protect the steel underneath. It is going to be a fine texture, which I do really like. It adds that premium appeal to it. Now that's going to be especially helpful if you have the top off most days with this installed, and that top layer of powder coat is going to protect that steel from any elements and keeping this looking brand new for years to come. Now this is also not going to require any modification to the Jeep itself or the standard hard or soft top, and will come with absolutely everything that you need for a complete bolt-on install. Now this will come in at about $300, which is right on par for an interior storage solution. Now compared to other larger cargo storage solutions, this is going to offer that elevated storage, tie-down points all over the system, and it's going to offer a lot of room underneath the rack in comparison to other decks or tray systems. Now this won't have the security that some of those may have, but it sure will do a fantastic job of providing a lot of space and strength to keep you organized and all of your things very secure for your everyday or trail adventures. Now install is going to be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. This is going to be pretty straightforward, so it should probably take you about an hour to get the job done with some basic hand tools. Now speaking of the install, one of our customers here has actually installed this on their Wrangler and is going to walk you through what that process looks like step by step. That's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Alright guys, today we'll be installing the Body Armor interior cargo rack. What we want to do first is take out the factory bolts. There's 2 on either side right here. So we'll remove those first. What you need is your handy dandy little tool that comes with your vehicle. Hopefully you have one of these. And we'll remove the bolts from either side. Loosen them up. From there you can take them off with your fingers. Some people may have the quick bolts that you can do with your fingers entirely. That's an upgrade I'll get one day. Alright, so we'll lay those off to the side. Next, you'll take this adhesive seal and put that where we just were. So you'll want to line up the first one. Go, and then just follow that seal back all the way, staying as close as you can. This one came off, we can replace that one, and I'm going to take off the one where my bolt is. Some of you may have different placements. Now you'll notice that I have the Rhino ribs here. Most of you will not, but there's a little bit of excess here. I'll trim that off eventually, but for installation purposes, you should be good to go. So, once you have that, we're going to start with the driver's side, the left side panel, installing that. So, with the left side panel, you'll notice this long keyhole here will be facing toward the front. There we go, just a little bit of maneuvering. All right, from here, with the parts that we've been provided, we have 10 nuts, 20 washers. So we're going to do 5 on each side. So, and with the 10 washers, we'll have 1 washer on either side. So, for instance, when we put it in with the nut. So we're going to install 5 of these on the left side, and then we'll repeat that on the right. So first we'll install the 2 factory nuts back. And we don't want to get those too tight just yet. We want to make sure we have a nice secure fit with our entire rack. So I'm not going to tighten it down all the way just yet. Alright, I think we're in a pretty good spot there. Alright, and now comes the 5 nuts to the center tray. And so one thing I like to do is I'm going to use a 5-gallon bucket to keep the tray upright. If you have another person, they'll be very helpful in this situation, so we're going to start that way. Actually, let's start with the left side panel. I think that'll be easier just for reach. Once we get that center tray in there, that might be a little bit more than we want. All right, got one. All right, got the second one. All right, now we're gonna put our seal down, just as we did with the previous side. Getting that seal as close to the edge as possible. And we'll be removing the middle piece right there. All right, so I think that puts us in a good position now. We've already removed our 2 factory bolts. Now let's put the center tray. There. So definitely encourage using a 5-gallon bucket, maybe something a little bit taller. When you install this, having a partner would be great. So we're going to install 5 nuts on the driver's side, the left side. Then we're going to put the side tray up on the right and install the final 5. So again, a bolt washer on one side and a washer and nuts on the other. So we're going to try to line this up. Let's see. May need to get something a little bit higher. Yep, if you want to try to pick it up just a tad. Once we get this first couple in, if you could pick up from behind. There we go. So, just gonna do a quick tighten by the finger. Okay. Now the instructions did say have the washer and the end of the bolt facing the windows. Don't want to get any gear snagged that may be on the tray. Alright, so got the 5 on the driver's side. I'm going to go grab some pliers real quick to help me as I tighten this down with the Allen wrench. Alright, so Allen wrench that came with the shelf itself. Just going to grab onto the back of that nut. And tighten up, again, not too tight. So, pretty snug on one. I'm going to tighten one more before we begin on the right side. All right, we have our second one fairly tight, but we want to go ahead and get this right shelf in place. So, just as we did with before, going to maneuver. Again, you'll see the long keyhole that goes toward the front. So we've got it in place. We're going to put our 2 factory nuts in first. And one thing they don't say, go ahead and put your seat belt in that hole. That's going to prevent, I believe, a lot of frustration going forward, but we'll find out. Put our second factory bolt, our handy tool, and again, I don't want to tighten up anything too tight right now because I want to make sure that shelf fits nice and snug. Make sure we push the side panel all the way in. We don't want to tighten it down and not give the center tray enough room. Alright, I think that's tight enough. And here we go with our last 5 bolts. So first, we're gonna push this up a little bit. Get it a little tight. Let me jump in on either door. There we go. All right. There's one. Two. Three. Four. So it seems it's a little tight from the ribs that I have in place, but I have a rooftop tent. So, gonna try loosening up the left side real quick. See if that gives us a little bit more room. Again, always a good decision not to tighten up everything too soon. Want to make sure that we have a good fit. tighten everything up. Got that one. All right. All right. Finishing up. All right, so all 10 nuts have been addressed. My lovely assistant and there it is.
So that's going to wrap it up for my review and the install of this Body Armor 4x4 interior storage rack in Texture Black, fitting all 2007 and newer 4-door JK or JL Wranglers. And remember, for all things Jeep, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.